Do you ever feel like you're just stuck in life? Do you've kind of plateaued and you can't progress? You wonder how to reach that next level in life? Today we're going to talk about how to do that. So what is this life really all about? Is it really about stuff? Is it about accumulation of things? Is it about achieving different milestones in our career? That's what a lot of people think that it's about. How about you in your life? What is this life about for you? And when we talk about how to move up to the next level, what does that really mean? So in life, it's interesting. Most of us like to kind of stay in our comfort zone, or a place where we feel like we're in control and we know what's going to happen and what's coming. Think about that in your life. When you're in that place where you feel like you're in control, does that feel comfortable to you? And what does it feel like when things are out of your control, or things are not going the way that you expect or you want them to go? Well, I believe that we like that sense of security, but here's the problem with that is it's impossible to stay in one place. So in life, oftentimes we do this. We start out down here and we have some level of dissatisfaction with where we're at. And we think that if we can just get to another place, then we'll be happy and life will be better. And so we progress to this level. And usually as we're progressing, this part of life is exciting because there's some unknown to that, but we're moving in the direction that we want to go. And we have this belief that when we get here, life is going to be better, so that we're going to be happy. Now it may be exciting, but there's also some uncertainty. But here's the thing about that. If you didn't believe that you could achieve this level, would you do the work or take the action steps that you need to achieve this? The truth is no, because if you didn't believe it, you wouldn't do it. Think about in your life, the things that you do, is there a belief that it's going to give you a payoff or an outcome that you want? If you don't believe that it will, then you're probably not going to take that action. So going through this process, it may be exciting, but it also may be a little bit scary. It depends on my paradigm, right? And there's two basic paradigms. There's the paradigm of abundance and there's the paradigm of scarcity. So if I'm moving from here to here, I must have a belief that I can achieve it. And as long as that belief is stronger than the disbelief, then you will continue to take the actions and the behavior that you need to get there. As soon as your fear and doubt becomes stronger than your belief, you'll stop. Let me finish this and then I'll show you. And then what happens is we get to this place, we've achieved our goal, and sometimes we then plateau. So I get comfortable. And again, think about in your life, are you comfortable with where you're at, or are you uncomfortable and wanting to be in a different place? Well, the truth is I can't stay here for long, because in life, you're either progressing or you're regressing. Now, the regression may be slow, and so over time, it may kind of look like this until it gets to a point that either I recognize what's happening and I start to grow again, or I don't recognize it and I drop back down here, which again, when I become uncomfortable here, then I may make a decision to come back up again. Let me just show you quickly how fear and doubt can get in the way. So if this is me and I have a goal or an objective that I want to accomplish, and that goal that I want is really big. But in order to get to this goal, I'm going to have to go through some obstacles that are in the way. Well, as long as the goal is bigger than the obstacles and my belief is strong, I'm going to be willing to go through whatever it takes in order to achieve this. And so if I can keep my eye on the goal or the objective, I'm more likely to accomplish it. But as soon as, if you set a goal or an objective, something that you want to accomplish in your life, but it isn't very big, it isn't very exciting, then as soon as you start to achieve that, again, obstacles are going to show up. But if your goal isn't big enough, then all you're going to see is the obstacles, which will then affect your belief and your desire, and you will most likely give up on your goal or objective. And so here's how this works. In life, you're going along, and let's say that you're at a place where you've kind of reached some of your goals, and maybe you have plateaued. So you're going along, and then all of a sudden you hit this wall, and you think, okay, so I can't continue on this path. There's something that's stopping me. And so I may decide to turn around and go the other direction. But what will happen is I will hit a wall there. And so maybe I'll change and go this direction. And as you go this direction, you will hit another wall, because you've reached a place or a level in your life where this is who you are. And regardless of what direction you go, you're going to run into a wall. And I'll explain why in a minute. And oftentimes what happens in this situation is when people hit enough walls, then they stop moving forward. And what they start doing is just going in circles. And if you find yourself stuck in your life, that could be exactly what's happened. So you've hit a few walls, you've attached meaning to those walls where you've said, maybe that's not supposed to happen. This isn't for me. It's too hard. I can't do it. Whatever that limiting belief is, and it's keeping you stuck right here. But remember, it's our beliefs that drive our behavior. So if I believe that this is a wall, then I may believe that I can't go through the wall, or I can't get over the wall because the wall's bigger than me. But what if you changed your belief, and instead of seeing this as a wall, you saw this as step? So then the question becomes, well, how do I get up that step? Well, the answer to that is I need to grow. So as I grow and become bigger, now this becomes a step that I can step up to. And then as I progress along here, guess what will happen? As you progress, eventually you will hit another, what appears to be a wall. And if you haven't learned the lesson from here, again, you may turn around and go that direction until you hit a wall. And you may end up spending some time going in circles until you reach a place of discomfort that is strong enough that it motivates you to take the action that you need to grow. So here's the really cool thing about this whole process is life is about growing and becoming and learning. And when we hit walls in our life, what that is doing is it's teaching us. So every time you hit a wall in your life, instead of looking at that wall as something that's holding you back and keeping you from achieving what you want, the truth is it's telling you that whatever that wall is, whether it's a belief or it's a behavior, it's a lack of knowledge, whatever it is that's holding you back, what it's telling you is this is the knowledge and the skill, the ability that you need to develop so that you can grow and get yourself to that next level. And once you reach the next level, there are benefits that come with each of those. But in order to know what to do with those benefits, we had to grow and become the person that we needed to be to know what to do and how to use those benefits. There's a quote that I really like that says, a lot of people want to be millionaires, but if they can't handle the problems of a thousandaire, how will they ever handle the problems of a millionaire without changing anything? So if you have a belief that if I could just somehow magically have all the money that I want, my problems would be solved, life would be better, it's not true. Look around at how many people win the lottery and after they get the money, their life is actually worse than it was before they had the money. And that's because they didn't learn and grow. They just got luck. But again, you can't violate principles. So even though they got the money, because that's not who they are, the likelihood that they're going to hang on to that money or grow the money or do something good with it is not very good, because they're still at the place that they were before. So here's the cool thing in your life. In order to move up to the next level, pay attention to the walls that you bump into. Pay attention to the obstacles that you experience in your life. And instead of looking at them as a wall, look at them as an opportunity to learn. So what is it that this wall is teaching me, that as I learn that, I will grow, and that will allow me to step up to the next level, to the next step, enjoy the opportunities and resources that are there, create more value in my life and in the world with those resources, and as I hit that wall, grow from those experiences and step up to the next step. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you want to know more about who we are, what we do, and what we offer, visit our website at principlebasedliving.com. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, make sure you follow me here.